welcome. This video is going to be, well, initially I'm going to touch on my philosophy or purpose for the channel, and then it's going to be what's coming up next, or what have I got in my queue, and what to do. So actually I appreciate your feedback too on some of these topics. So why did I start this site in the first place? It's been around effectively for about 2 years now. I got 312 videos. I got tad under 500 subscribers. Initially, I play war games, and it's entirely possible for me to play these war games board or computer in a vacuum. But I found that just doing that by itself um, didn't quite, feel. I don't know what the word is, feel right. But then I said, well, maybe I should start, documenting these in some way. So initially, I started just doing forum posts for the different games, and I posted a few good ones over the years. I did stuff for Command over in Matrix Games, where I did the final countdown, where I had the Nimitz attack the Japanese before Pearl Harbor, and I've done some other ones for Command. I've also done some board game posts over at BGG. Did a bunch of coin ones also, actually playing against people. So that kind of got me involved in doing it. But that's labor intensive, making posts. I also shifted over and did a short stint trying to do blog posts. That blog site's still there, but I haven't done anything with it of recent. And then I said, well, let's try my hand at doing videos. And my philosophy on the videos is I'm not going to edit them. I'm more function over form, I guess is the way you put it. I'm not into, making a super duper production or anything. I just want to kind of make the video. If I have to edit it, I'll do some tweaks and then post it out there. And that kind of works out because I'm kind of busy. I've got almost 2.5 jobs, a family. I just don't have the time for forum posts, blog posts, although I enjoyed it. So the videos seem to be a way to do it, and it also allows me, I could sit down and play a whole game, um, in one sit down, solo, and solo is how I mainly play. I may re-engage if I get time. I've done PBEM, and once in a while I've done it online. Um, but if I do it, videos, or I do it turn by turn, that kind of, and from my point of view, I'm into detail. I like to chew on a game. I like to enjoy thinking about the options and playing it through, etc. So by doing videos and only doing it in like one turn chunks, it gives me a chance to, analyze the game, the turn, do the video, and then the next day maybe revisit it, and the next day, as opposed to just trying to burn through a bunch of turns in one sitting. So it allows me to enjoy the game. So that's kind of my philosophy on doing the videos. It's just at the moment it's an easy way to document the game and do it in bite-sized chunks. Now, the other thing I'm questioning is, I look at my channel and a lot of videos, just under 500 subscribers, and up to now, and I think I will continue to resist the urge to kind of look at the analytics and try and give people what they want. Not saying I'm not, but my goal then being just to generate, as many show videos and get the subscribers up, etc. What I don't want the channel to turn into is start feeling like a job. Um, Although I do want to, post and be sensitive to what people want, but the other dynamic is, well, I kind of want to play what I want. So you got that tension of, I can look at my analytics and I know what is the biggest draw so far on this channel, and I like it. It's Traveler from a video view point of view, but by the same token, I'm a war gamer, so I like to balance that. So I've got that struggle there about, am I doing this to generate views and subscribers? And if I'm doing that, it starts turning into just another job in my mind. Or am I doing this just to document what I'm having fun with, and those of you who are interested in whatever topic I'm doing at the time, you can view it. And at this point, with my schedule, I don't see turning this into a more involved channel because I just can't do it. And I also, this is my hobby, I want to enjoy it, so I don't want to necessarily feel like I'm tied to the channel too. So I just wanted to get that out. I've been kind of wrestling with that in the last month as I watch my subscriber count. And part of me is saying, wow, why can't I break 500? But the other part of me is saying, what's the purpose of this channel? It's a chance just for me to document my game, think it through, discuss it, and then for those of you that are interested, for you to view it. So I think I'm going to continue on that way. But any feedback on that kind of topic would be interesting. Other people who have channels who may be listening, if you've struggled with this kind of topic before too. But with that said, what am I going to be doing next? I guess this will be considered the channel plans for the future, which aren't necessarily set in stone. Obviously, if you've been following my latest ones, I've been playing through Battles in the East with a vassal module I made. The only thing I'm not happy about is I had to take a picture of the map, but hey, function over form. But you can watch those videos. This is a good system. I mean, it's truly been as 44 before Warsaw Bagration is running out of steam, and the Germans could still have a bite. So it's interesting back and forth. I don't know who's going to win. So, and I've got the other games in the series. So at some point, I'd love to get that going. I'm going to have to make vassal mods for them. So going to finish that out. Another thing I recently posted was here we go, Fortress Games 8th Air Force. Yeah, and in that post you'll see I kind of do an intro, and I show a vassal module that I've gotten to the point that it can be played now. Again, taking a picture of these mounted map boards I can't take to my office place, my office, whatever they're called, store, and they have those big flatbeds, big kind of pull-through scanners. So, but I guess my iPhone will do it. The only thing I'm kind of concerned with, if I could put it some way, we got market saturation here on videos about 8th Air Force, not downplaying, and I do want to play it, partly because I'm really excited about January 26th, I think. I think it's Apple TV is going to start the third miniseries, Masters of the Air, from Spielberg and Tom Hanks. So I'm looking forward to that. And I thought, kind of in honor of that, to play through this 8th Air Force, and then that sets me up for 20th Air Force. I got both of them. So I'm wrestling with that. I do, definitely. I want to return to Traveler. I have to come back into it. I left my scouts, in a system. They bumped into another scout ship. There's got a planet they need to survey. There's some strange, I don't know what it is, monument transmitting or whatever. So, but Traveler is interesting too. I'm not an RPG player, so I've probably got some criticism on this that I maybe overanalyze. But being a wargamer and OCD, I've got like all these resources. If you see my videos, and I want to figure out a way to kind of methodically leverage them. So I'm thinking with Traveler, I got to sit down, and I've got some time here to just pull up all my resources again. I got lots of notes, and then kind of build my procedure, my loose procedure, and now start working um, my scout ship crew through the rest of their, well, at least through the survey of this system. I, I kind of hit the wall on the new world builder. It's detailed. And I hit the wall calculating stuff. So I just got to push through that. Maybe it'll get better, and then I've got to, start continuing the campaign. But again, my view on Traveler is, like I said, I'm not mainly an RPG player. I'm not, I'm looking at the system, the broad system. If you've seen the other videos, I like generating the star systems. I like the empire rules where I've generated some other pocket empires. So I like putting those through their paces. I put some space combat ones through their paces. So you're kind of getting a mix of, RPG and wargamer. I want to play with the systems. I'm not so much caught up in what's going on with my characters, but I am going to revisit Traveler. because I like it. It's fun, and actually, it's been the biggest draw. Now, some other things that have popped on my radar. Actually, I got pulled into, which is a good thing, this new system from Tiny Battle, Black Horse, Tactical Combat. Not down to individual vehicles and squads and stuff, but one level up. I think, yeah, here we go. Companies and platoons, 1,000-meter hexes. And I've skimmed the rules, command and control I've looked at. It's interesting. I've worked a little with Bruce Max. I mean, I've been exposed a little to Bruce Maxwell's upcoming Air and Armor, and it feels kind of like this is somewhat a little more simplified. I can't really say that, though I haven't played it, but I did note that Bruce was one of the play testers on this game, so I find that interesting. So what I'm tempted to do next, the Vassal mod's almost done. At least getting the counters in the map so it becomes playable. There's usual tweaks beyond that. I'm definitely looking at doing a rules review. I've been through a lot of them, so here's an example of the counters. Luckily, I'm not using this image for my counters. I was able to actually get the graphics files for these, so I think my counters are good quality. And so I'm helping to do a rules review and maybe take a shot. And this isn't first I thought it was Platoon Commander, Tiny Battle did that, just somewhat simplified, but no, this is definitely got some meat on it. I'd call it intermediate, and I'm getting a feel this is a system that can be applied, depending on how well I guess this does, to other battles or hypothetical battles. And yeah, let me hold on. I'll pull up the Vassal mod. Yeah, here's a copy of the Vassal mod I'm working on. It's a nice map. Mainly forest city. I guess the only hills I've read are only here. And this is a draft map. I'm not done with it. I'm not done with the mod, but it does look nice. And then the pieces are pretty cool too. Like I said, battalions, and I've built in. Let's see, I completed the U.S. already. There we go. Elements of, and I haven't quite figured out. Here's the 11th Armored Cav. And they've got HQ units. I can zoom in here. There we go. And they've got deployed and tactical on the move, which then affects their command radius. I'll do a proper rules review. I'm just taking a look here. 87th, here we go. And we've even got some A-10s. Air support can come into the game. I think there was an F-16. I'm going to have to go back. I don't see it. I got to add that. Glad I looked at that. And then you got your classic Stinger missiles as a resource. And then Soviets are here. I haven't done them yet, but yeah, here's the 17th Guards Tank Regiment. I think that's what it is, yeah. And then you see we've got the different units. I'm assuming these are T-80s. And, I'll go into this in the rules review, but they got AP fire, HE fire, armor defense against regular cannon fire, I'd call it, and then against ATGMs, etc. So this is interesting, and once I finish the Vassal mod, I'll try and do a rules review, unless somebody already beats me to it. Looks like so far we've got just first looks, so we'll see where that goes. Actually, another game I was looking at, and I haven't started it. It's like December 16th. It's coming on, Battle of the Bulge. I was like, what game do I want to play? And CTP, if you go to Wargame Vault, they have digital versions of all their games now. Well, of two of their games, this and the World War II. So I just went ahead and bought this for a reasonable price, and I intend to make a Vassal mod out of this. At this point, yeah, I'm almost done with this one. If I can get through this one, I may be able to push through this one, and this may be my Battle of the Bulge game. We'll see. So I'm looking at this. It's an interesting game. I mean, and it's not just the Battle of the Bulge. It's pretty much the 44 Siegfried line, up to the Siegfried line, potentially to the end of the war. I'll have to look. But then they also have a Cobra add-on where you can play the breakout from the beachhead, I mean from the Normandy, and they've even got a 36 version, which I'd love to look at. The war starts early. I think 36. They're talking about the Rhineland when the Germans go into the Rhineland. So hopefully build a. That's what I'm looking at for building another vassal module. And then one other. You may see. I did a previous video of this open box. This is a Decision Games version. It has a beautiful map, and I've started a vassal mod of this. I've still got to put more counters in. Yeah, here's my video right here. If you want to look. But I'm tempted to pull the rules down and learn this. And you've got all the battles in Europe, all the scenarios. This could be interesting. I'm not sure. This has kind of been on the back of my plate here, thinking about doing this. So I'd have to finish this vassal mod and go with this. And I'm not just looking at board games. There's these guys, Ubiquitous Wargame Design Studio. I've got a good chunk of their stuff, mainly Panzer campaigns, squad battles, modern campaigns, Napoleonics, American Civil War. I've also got some of their early American wars, I think. And, again, here we've got a system. And with this system, I mean, you can almost play anything here. So many battles, so many choices. So I want to get these out. I've done some videos. I did a Battle of the Bulge, their game here, a few years back. Actually, that was probably one of the first videos I did. So I really would like to revisit these and play these. Yeah, and then just one last thing before I close it here because I've been rambling now. Yeah, IL-2 Sturmovik 1946. I kind of grew up on the original IL-2 Sturmovik. There is a newer version, IL-2 Stalingrad, which is a little more intensive. The only reason I like 1946 is there's some great mods out there, and there's a massive one called BAT. I don't know what it stands for. And the graphics aren't, high intensity, but they're acceptable, so I don't have to worry about pushing my machine. And I do have some trying to get it to work, some augmented reality. I think they're called X-Real Air glasses. And I've seen people who have been able to, and I haven't quite got the technical down, that they can use those glasses, and when they turn, it kind of acts like the mouse and it changes their view. I'm not quite at, the full-blown VR kind of stuff, but I think it would be kind of fun to dabble with this too. And again, I picked this one. There's another one for modern with a lot of mods called Strike Fighters 2. Again, not new, so we're not pushing the graphics hard. So I was kind of tempted to do this too. So enough of that. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking at. Would appreciate any feedback on my philosophy discussion. Again, I'm going to keep this channel for something where I'm playing. It provides me a vehicle to whatever I do to take my time, bite-sized chunk, analyze it. And again, if anybody's interested, they can listen. Is this a TA-152? It looks like it. Yeah, so any of your feedback on some of the stuff I've got in the pipe here or I'm thinking of doing, that would be appreciated. But I think my next video, well, I got to get some turns in, finish out that Battles in the East. I do want to get on Black Horse because this looks good. I'm going to hopefully finish the Vassal mod here real quick, or at least from the point of view of it'll have all the counters in the map and definitely be usable to play. So I'm definitely looking at that. I'm debating 8th Air Force. I'd love to do it, but I've pretty much seen now the third playthrough out there on video, so I don't know. So we'll go from there, and then I got to revisit Traveler. So I think Battles in the East, Black Horse, Traveler, and maybe 8th Air Force. So anyway, I don't even know what that one is. Wow, that is a strange looking plane. Oh, and that's even worse. I remember they had that 1946 hypothetical stuff. There's your comment. Anyway, your feedback is greatly appreciated, and if you got this far, thanks for your patience in my ramblings, and don't worry, next video I'm going to get back, and it'll be Battles in the East, and maybe Black Horse. So if you like, click like, subscribe if you're interested. Otherwise, have a great day.